Victory Tuesday has never felt this sweet, especially for Chicago Bears fans who've been waiting to see signs of real progress from him. And after a gritty win against Washington, the vibes around Hallis Hall are a lot more upbeat than they've been in weeks. It wasn't just a win, it was a statement from a group that's been banged up, questioned, and frankly, counted out by many. But on a night where emotions ran high and backup players had to step into the spotlight, the Bears found a way to pull it off. Let's start with the moment that sealed it, Jake Moody. Yeah, that Jake Moody, the same guy who just a few weeks ago was released by the San Francisco 49ers, with his confidence seemingly shattered after an inconsistent stretch. And now, he might have just written his name into Bears lore with one clutch performance. With the usual starter, Cairo Santos, nursing a quad injury, Moody got the call and made the most of it, going 4 for 5 on field goals. And more importantly, he drilled the game winner from 38 yards out. That's pressure. That's redemption. That's next man up in full display. When Moody was signed to the Bears practice squad, no one really batted an eye. It was a low-risk move, take a shot on a former third-round pick with a big leg and see what happens. But when Cairo couldn't go, Moody answered the bell. He knocked down 3 kicks from beyond 40 yards in the first half alone. One of his attempts was blocked, and it looked like it came out a bit low, but outside of that, he was nails. For a guy who many thought might never get another real chance, that's a massive confidence booster. Now, is there a kicker controversy brewing in Chicago? Probably not, at least not yet. Cairo Santos has been reliable for the Bears, and when healthy, he's still probably the safer option. He may not have the booming leg that Moody does, but he's consistent. That said, if Santos isn't 100% by next week, there's absolutely no reason not to roll with Moody again. He's earned that much. The interesting wrinkle is that Moody's still on the practice squad. If another team loses a kicker and wants to sign him to their active roster, he's free to go, unless he chooses to stay. That'll be something to watch in the coming weeks, especially if he keeps delivering in high-pressure moments. But while Moody may have stolen the headlines, he wasn't the only standout on this Victory Tuesday. DJ Moore's health became a concern post-game, as reports surfaced that he stayed overnight at a hospital in the D.C. area for precautionary medical evaluations. The good news? Early signs point to it not being anything too serious. There's even video of him smiling on the field as the team exited, which hopefully is a sign that it was more of a safety check than a red flag. But still, anytime your top wideout is getting looked at in a hospital post-game, there's reason to hold your breath a bit. The Bears will be cautious, as they should be, especially given how physical Moore played throughout the night. On the opening drives, he was a force, catching tough passes, breaking tackles, moving the chains. If the Bears want any chance of staying competitive through this stretch, they'll need DJ Moore healthy and out there. As for the offense as a whole, it was a mixed bag, but one that leaned more positive than not, especially on the ground. DeAndre Swift looked like a man on a mission. He found running lanes, broke off a couple explosive plays, and really brought some juice back to the Bears' rushing attack. The coaching staff seemed to lean into more outside zone concepts, which fit Swift's skill set perfectly. He's always been more comfortable stretching the field and making one decisive cut, and with Chicago's offensive line finally showing some consistency, he took full advantage. That 55-yard score was vintage Swift, making a man miss and turning on the Jets to break away. For a team that has struggled to generate explosive plays on the ground, that run was a turning point. Credit where it's due. The offensive line, especially the tackle combo of Darnell, Wright, and Theo Benedict, looked sharp. Wright, even while reportedly dealing with a torn UCL in his elbow, was dominant. There were a few plays where he took on 2 defenders and cleared the lane like a bulldozer. It was physical, nasty football, and exactly what the Bears have been missing. Benedict also looked like a significant upgrade over Braxton Jones. Whether it's the scheme shift, improved health, or just better chemistry up front, the run game had life again. And that's a big deal, because if the Bears can run the ball effectively, it opens up everything else. Now let's talk Caleb. The rookie quarterback stat line won't blow anyone away. 17-29 for 252 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. He added a rushing score as well, and had another taken off the board by a questionable penalty. Overall, it wasn't a breakout performance, but it was steady. He avoided turnovers, managed the game well, and made clutch throws when it mattered most. That's progress. That's growth. In the second quarter, his accuracy dipped a bit. You could see him missing some easy throws, and the rhythm just wasn't there. But what stood out was how he bounced back. Late in the game, when the team needed a drive to win it, he delivered. He made the throws, stayed poised, and got them into field goal range. And there was fire from Caleb, too. You could see it on the sidelines after that botched snap. He was frustrated, emotional, but never out of control. That's a huge sign of maturity. Last season, there were moments where it felt like the game got away from him mentally when things didn't go right. Not this time. He stayed locked in. He wanted it. And for a young quarterback, that matters. The accuracy still needs work. Hovering around 62% completion on the season isn't ideal. But the explosive plays are there. The deep shots, the chunk gains, it's starting to come together. And with Ben Johnson calling the plays, this offense is giving him chances to grow while also staying competitive. Speaking of Johnson, the offensive coordinator deserves a ton of credit. He clearly used the bye week to reevaluate the run game and find some answers. And it showed. The commitment to getting Swift into space, the creative use of personnel, and the way they attacked Washington's defense. It all felt more cohesive. For a team that's been searching for an identity, that kind of step forward is encouraging. If they can continue to build on this, they'll be in a much better place heading into the second half of the season. But let's not pretend like everything is fixed. There are still issues. The red zone efficiency wasn't great. Caleb still has to clean up those moments where he gets erratic with his mechanics. And the Bears, as a team, still lack that killer instinct to fully put games away. But for now, on this Victory Tuesday, it's okay to just enjoy the progress. This wasn't a perfect game, not by any means, but it was a gutsy one. And in the NFL, sometimes that's all it takes. So where do the Bears go from here? That's the big question. Does Jake Moody get another shot? Will DJ Moore be good to go next week? Can Caleb string together consistent performances and lead this team to a legitimate winning streak? Those answers will come in time. But after a night like this, with the team rallying together, backups stepping up, and the fan base finally having something to celebrate, it's hard not to feel like the arrow is pointing up at least a little. As the dust settles from Monday night's thrilling win, the conversation naturally shifts to what this game really means for the trajectory of the season. Was it just a one-off spark in a long, grinding schedule? Or was it the first real sign that this Bears team is starting to come together, finding their identity, and building something that could last beyond just a single victory? One of the most compelling elements coming out of the win was the undeniable energy on the field. You could see it in the way the players celebrated, and how the sidelines stayed involved through the highs and lows, and in the sheer effort displayed from start to finish. That's not something you fake. That's not something that shows up when a locker room is fractured or when players don't believe in the system. That's what belief looks like. Belief in each other. Belief in the coaches. Belief that no matter who goes down, the next guy will step up and be ready. We saw that with Jake Moody, but it wasn't just him. It was across the board. Defensively, the Bears showed resilience. Washington had their moments and made their plays, but Chicago's defense tightened up when it mattered. The front seven played with more aggression, and although the secondary was tested often, they managed to keep things in front of them for the most part. Creating pressure at key moments helped swing momentum, and you can tell that this unit is starting to get more comfortable with each other. The communication is improving. The effort has always been there, but now it's paired with a bit more structure. That's the kind of combination that leads to stops in crunch time. The offensive line deserves more praise too. Not just in a run game, where they opened up consistent lanes, but in pass protection. Caleb had a clean pocket more often than not, and even when things broke down, he wasn't facing instant pressure like he had been earlier in the season. That stability up front gives any quarterback confidence, but for a young guy still learning how to process at NFL speed, it's absolutely crucial. Theo Benedict's insertion into the lineup brought fresh energy, and Darnell Wright playing hurt only reinforces the mentality this group is developing. Toughness, accountability, pride. What also stood out was the chemistry beginning to form between Caleb and his weapons. DJ Moore is clearly the go-to guy, and that rapport is continuing to evolve. Even with Moore's status still uncertain following the post-game hospital stay, his early game impact can't be understated. But it's not just about Moore. Cole, Cam E.T., Velus Jones, and even the running backs are starting to play off of each other in ways that feel more synchronized than chaotic. There's a rhythm developing, not perfect but promising. Ben Johnson's play calling reflects this shift as well. Gone are the days of safe, overly conservative scripts that stall after the first drive. There's more movement, more motion, more purpose. The Bears are using the entire field, creating mismatches, and designing plays to maximize what they have instead of wishing for what they don't. That's coaching evolution in real time. You could see the strategy on that final drive. A perfect mix of short passes to control the tempo and smart run calls that trusted the offensive line to do its job. That trust was rewarded. The locker room seems to be buying in, which matters more than most people think. Winning a game like this, especially on the road, does more than just boost a team's record. It galvanizes a roster. Guys start to believe that what they're doing will pay off. Coaches gain more credibility. And fans? They start to come back emotionally. It doesn't erase past failures, but it makes the future feel a little more worth investing in. Even the sideline dynamics felt different. Caleb's frustration over that botched snap exchange wasn't just some outburst. It was the sign of a competitor who knows the margin for error is slim and wants to hold his teammates and himself to a higher standard. That accountability is key. He didn't pout. He didn't check out. He locked in and delivered when it mattered most. That kind of leadership, especially at the quarterback position, can change the culture of a team. It's not about one game. It's about setting a tone. Now, while Caleb continues to evolve, it's fair to acknowledge the parts of his game that still need work. The accuracy lapses can't be ignored. There are stretches where he's just not sharp, missing open receivers or putting the ball in tough spots. That second quarter dip is a prime example. Drive stalled because of poorly placed throws and timing issues. Those are correctable, but they have to be addressed. The good news is that the highs are there too. The arm talent, the mobility, the ability to extend plays and make something out of nothing. The flashes are becoming more frequent. The floor is rising. The next big challenge will be consistency. That's where most young quarterbacks falter. Stringing together quality performances week after week, regardless of opponent, is the hardest leap to make. But if Caleb can continue to take care of the football, make smart decisions, and stay composed in the pocket, the Bears will be in games. And once you're consistently in games, anything can happen. On the injury front, all eyes will be on updates surrounding DJ Moore and Cairo Santos. Moore's toughness isn't in question, but internal injuries are nothing to take lightly. The team will play it safe, as they should, but if he misses time, it'll be a true test for Caleb and the rest of the receiving corps. Can they step up without their top playmaker? Will someone else emerge as a reliable target? These are the moments where depth gets tested and identities are forged. With Santos, it'll come down to whether the team feels comfortable enough with Moody to ride the hot hand, or if they play it cautious and wait for their veteran to get back to full strength. Again, no need to create a manufactured controversy. But if the young kicker is performing and the team rallies behind him, it becomes a much harder decision than anyone expected. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In an unexpected twist that has sent shockwaves through the NFL world, the league has officially announced the cancellation of the highly anticipated matchup between the Washington Commanders and the Chicago Bears. Sources close to the situation suggest that the decision did not come lightly, and the controversy surrounding this game has already sparked a storm of speculation among fans, analysts, and insiders alike. While the league statement cited unforeseen circumstances, newly surfaced images circulating online are fueling whispers of something far more dramatic: allegations of outright theft. Eyewitness accounts, combined with the circulation of these provocative images, show scenes that some claim are impossible to ignore. Though the NFL has remained tight-lipped about the specifics, social media is ablaze with fans dissecting the visuals frame by frame, trying to make sense of what could only be described as a chaotic backstage drama. Many speculate that the controversy involves unauthorized access to equipment or sensitive materials, though no formal charges have been reported. The very suggestion that theft might have played a role in the cancellation has added a level of intrigue that is rarely seen in professional sports. For weeks, fans were eagerly anticipating a showdown between two historically resilient teams, and now, the cancellation has left a vacuum of speculation and anger. Commentators are already debating what this could mean for league credibility, the integrity of the game, and the reputations of both franchises. While some insiders warn that this might be an isolated incident, others hint at a possible internal investigation that could uncover far-reaching consequences. If the images currently circulating are verified, this could mark one of the most sensational scandals in recent NFL history. Despite the uncertainty, one thing is clear. The NFL community is watching every development closely. Rumors of behind-the-scenes disputes, internal sabotage, and even attempts to cover up misdeeds are now dominating sports talk shows, forums, and social media channels. Fans are demanding transparency. Players are reportedly frustrated, and analysts are scrambling to piece together a narrative from the growing mountain of rumors and leaked images. While the official story remains shrouded in ambiguity, the court of public opinion has already started rendering judgment, turning a simple game cancellation into a full-blown saga that may redefine the season. As the league scrambles to address the fallout, one can only wonder what the next twist in this unfolding drama will be. Will the Commanders and Bears ever face off this season? Could this incident trigger stricter league protocols or even shake up team management? Until more concrete information emerges, fans and pundits alike are left to speculate, analyze, and debate, making the canceled game one of the most talked-about stories in NFL history. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.